I wanted to share an experience I had 20 years ago in Aldershot whilst I was working for the army in an army barracks as a civilian worker, and how I managed to escape from that job, which I felt very stuck in. And this is a reminder that we have within us a great power. So our inner world is almost like the preceder. It comes before the outer world of matter. And if we remember that, that can help us solve and deal with all the little and big problems of life, and also making big changes in our lives and making our dreams come true. So the story that I wanted to share was in year 2000. I was been working for the army for 10 years, and I was feeling really stuck. I didn't know how to move on with my life, or make a change of career, or do anything different. I was just stuck. I didn't have the inner tools at the time, or I didn't think I had. And I was reading a book by Stuart Wilde, and he was saying that if you want to manifest something, then think about what the feeling is that you want from that event or that object, and then start to feel the feeling before you have the event. So for me, I guess it was freedom. There's something about being free that I wanted. So I started, because I was feeling so stuck, so I started to imagine that I was free to do little things, just to play with that idea. So walking around the barracks, I'd normally go a certain way when I was at work, and then I decided I'll walk another way. I'll find a new route and try and feel free while I'm doing it. And as I started to sort of try and feel free, lots of other little things happened that helped me to bring out of freedom in my life, which was I ended up travelling for a year in Australia and East Asia, which is something I could never have imagined myself doing. So what happened was there was a series of keys that started to come to help unlock whatever was locked up within me. And one of them was, I ended up going to a workshop, and the leader said, what would you do if you had £10,000? And I didn't know what I wanted to do, so this was really helpful for me. And basically I imagined this bird coming up and flying free and releasing everything. Obviously later on I realised that did equate to letting go of my home and my job and travelling for a year. The other key that came, which I think wouldn't have come if I hadn't been doing that inner work, was a friend suggested that I ask the MOD or the CO of the barracks if I could have my job back after a year if I did decide to go travelling. And suddenly something clicked, and I just suddenly realised that I could now imagine myself doing it, and I realised there was some sort of inner lock around fear about future security. And I did ask the MOD and the CO, and they said no, you can't have your job back. But by then I'd released whatever was locked up in me, and I started to imagine that I could actually do this even without security of the future. And then the third thing that happened was I thought, well, I haven't got any money, I need to get an extra job or something. And later that day a friend walked in and didn't know what I was thinking and said, oh, by the way, there's an evening job going up the road at the lorry depot. So within a few hours I had an evening job, which I worked days and evenings for some time, and also some money came to me, and I had that £10,000 that was talked about by that group leader. And I went travelling for a year and explored and experienced many things, and got a taste for what that outer freedom might be. The other thing that I was doing at the time was things that, and still do on and off as best I can all the time, is to try and keep my vibration high. Meditation, daily exercise about 20 minutes or half an hour a day, and eating healthily. For me at the time it was raw food, so mainly salad, fruit, nuts. So that gives you a high vibration, and which I think, if we are electromagnetic beings and everything's energy, then the more electricity, if you like, or power that's flowing through you, through, you know, exercise, meditation, the healthy diet, positive thinking, all those kinds of things, the more powerful a magnet you are to magnetize your experiences from your inner world. Because we are like these magnets, we do magnetize what we hold within us. So yeah, I wanted to share that. Since then, and I've used my inner world, if you like, to help solve a myriad of problems, manifest my dreams and wishes. And so, even say, for example, with problem solving, even if you can just hold your consciousness or your inner self, that if you can hold, when you're having a problem and you're feeling negative, or you're thinking, oh my goodness, you're filled with self-doubt and fear or trepidation, if you can just hold a positive frame, thought process or feeling as best you can, even just 10% more than you normally would, that can really help to manifest a solution. It enables the universe to bring the solution. So on that level, we can just simply use a positive inner state. And to manifest things, we can use very clear and strong thoughts. They manifest things. Feelings, bringing the feeling that is behind the thing you want to manifest. Acting as if you already have that feeling, or you are that. So I wanted to travel, that's about freedom, so I was practicing feeling free. And also the imagination, so kind of imagining visually what you want with yourself in the image, again, that's another way. So, you know, even down to the fact that you've lost something, if you can imagine it in your hand, that's helpful. So yeah, I hope that this is of help, and that if you're not already using your inner world to create what you want, or to solve your problems, that perhaps you might give it a go in times of difficulty and challenge, as well as in a sort of positive way to create something new or wonderful in your life. Thanks.